One thing about me is that I will never skip past a Crumbl cookie taste test on TikTok. I just love watching people eat and taste test the different flavors because the cookies are iconic and they change the cookie flavors every single week, so you never really know what you're gonna get. But if you take a look at their nutritional info, which I was surprised to find is posted online for every single cookie flavor, you'll see that almost every cookie is like in and around 800 calories for the entire thing. Sometimes a little bit less, but sometimes even more. And I don't know about you, but generally when I eat a cookie, I want to eat the entire thing. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Amanda, aka Fit Food AE. And today we're gonna be making 3 Copycat Crumbl cookie flavors. These cookies that I'm gonna be making have a quarter of the calories and over double the protein of your typical Crumbl cookie. The 3 flavors we're gonna be making are Confetti Cake, Dulce De Leche, and Cinnamon Swirl. So if you're excited to see me make these cookies, please give this video a like, subscribe, and share with your friends, as it really helps the channel and I post new videos every week. And with that, let's get started. So the first flavor we're gonna be making is Confetti Cake. So most of my audience is in the US, meaning you guys have had Crumbl as long as you had it, but if you're in Canada, you'll know that Crumbl only recently came to Ontario and then very, very recently came to BC. Like the only location in BC is in Port Coquitlam and it opened up last month. Canada is finally starting to get the cool things from the US, so hopefully Trader Joe's is next. So the confetti cake protein is normally 800 calories and 8 grams of protein for the whole thing. I don't know about you, but I have a crazy sweet tooth, so I probably like eat the whole thing in one sitting and then have to lie down after. So this cookie uses pea science protein. Of course, this is a whey casein blend. I decided to use the frosted sugar cookie flavor, which is brand new and it's delicious. If you want to purchase this flavor or any of the other flavors from PE Science, please use my discount code FIT15. Also, if you watch my last video, you'll know that Lakanto is no longer doing the affiliate codes with any influencers. So I'm going to be using like a mixture of Lakanto and Swerve. I still have some Lakanto products left, but I ran out of the brown sugar substitute. So I did use Swerve 0-calorie brown sugar for this recipe. So once you make that dough, you're going to store it in the fridge for 30 minutes before baking in the oven. This is super important because we don't want the cookie to spread out too much. Especially because it's a larger cookie, putting it in the fridge will really help with the consistency. By the way, you'll see in this video that I ended up baking all 3 cookies at the same time. So I baked it for about 10 minutes and then you have to sit and let it harden, just the same as like all my other cookie recipes on this channel. For this one, you're probably gonna have to let it sit for a while, like 30 to 45 minutes, just because it's really big. So we want it to like cool down completely and like harden a bit before we eat it. And then of course, make sure to let it cool completely before frosting it. And now you're done. So next flavor is going to be Dulce De Leche. In my other videos, I pronounced this wrong. I think I was saying like Dulce De Leche, but I think someone commented saying that I was pronouncing it wrong. So hopefully I got it right this time. So it's funny, I was looking up the different Crumbl flavors that I wanted to remake. And this particular flavor isn't actually available at the Port Coquitlam location. I guess it's only available in the US. So I thought that was interesting that like depending on the location, there's only going to be a certain selection of cookies that are even available for those weekly rotations. Maybe we'll be seeing like a maple or back bacon or beaver tail flavor since we're in Canada. So this dough is like slightly different than the dough for the other cookies. I actually used the Snickerdoodle pea science protein to make it more like cinnamony, I guess. And then I also use cinnamon in the dough. So for the consistency of the cookie, obviously we know Crumbl cookies are like thick and dense. So after I put the dough in the fridge, I like rolled into a ball with my hands and then pressed it lightly on the top. We don't want to spread it out too much because the Crumbl cookies aren't like thin and spread out. They're, you know, thick and dense. So as I just mentioned, I ended up baking all the cookies at the same time. So while the cookies were like baking and cooling, I made all the frostings. This frosting in particular was my favorite because it has biscoff in it, and you guys know how much I love biscoff. Also, if you make the frostings and the cookies aren't yet cooled ready to frost, you could just store them in the fridge. I would actually recommend storing in the fridge because they'll make it nice and cool and thick, and it's just like easier to frost the cookies with. Also, all the frostings use Lakanto powdered monk fruit, which is like a 0-calorie substitute for powdered sugar. And now you're done. And lastly, we've got the cinnamon swirl cookie. So this cookie actually uses the same dough base as the confetti one. You'll see that I used a combination of all-purpose flour and coconut flour. This is to, keep the macros in check because coconut flour is actually lower in calories, and then also to keep a certain consistency of the cookie. Of course, I understand the novelty of Crumbl cookies and why they're gonna be more expensive than just like your average cookies. But in Canada, they're quite expensive, clocking in at $26.99 for that iconic box of 6 cookies. Of course, if you wanna make it at home with these recipes, it's way cheaper to make. So I tried to mimic the original like cinnamon swirl Crumbl cookie. It has that like cinnamon sugar on it and then the frosting in a swirl. So I sprayed it with cooking spray and then added some Swerve brown sugar substitute on top of it. For the cream cheese frosting, I used like my electric hand mixer to beat the frosting, even though it was a very small amount, just to get rid of like the chunks. But you could just do this with a whisk if you mix really fast. And I don't have like an actual piping bag, so I just got like a plastic bag and then put the frosting in and cut a little hole. It worked totally fine just doing that. I love these cookies because they're thick and gooey and soft. They taste so delicious. Comment below and let me know what your favorite flavor is out of these 3. And now you're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below and let me know which flavors of Crumbl cookies I should bake next. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you're looking for more cookie recipes, so I'll link a couple other videos that you should watch next. And please give this video a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, as it really helps the channel and I post new videos every week. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.